Girl Scouts, my name is Amy and I'm on the membership team here at Council, and I'm also a registered yoga teacher. Today I'm going to be taking you through a short yoga series that's going to help us stretch our muscles and quiet our minds. So for those of you who aren't quite familiar with what yoga is essentially an exercise that combines both movement of the body with movement of the breath. And what we're going to do today is we're going to stretch our muscles, we're going to quiet our minds, and we're going to get some fresh air while we do it. So I encourage you to take your mat outside. It's beautiful outside. Get some fresh air. As you can see, I'm on my back patio. So let's get started. Okay, Girl Scouts, let's get started. We're going to start in a nice, comfortable seat. This is my trusty pal, Ginger. She's going to probably be hanging out with us a little bit today. So whenever you're ready, find a nice comfortable seat, and then I want you to just bring your hands and relax them on top of your knees. Good. From here, we're going to just close our eyes, okay? And start focusing on your breath, on your inhales, on your exhales. I also want you to imagine that there's a string going from the top of your head up to the ceiling, and someone's just pulling it just slightly to help elongate your spine. Good. From here, keeping your eyes closed, I want you to imagine that there is a balloon inside your belly. And with each inhale, we're going to inflate the balloon all the way, and then on the exhale, we're going to deflate it all the way down. Are you ready? Keep your eyes closed. Give me a nice big inhale. Inflate the balloon all the way to the top, and then exhale. Deflate that balloon back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale. Inflate it all the way to the top. Make that balloon nice and big. And then exhale. Deflate the balloon all the way down. 1 more time. Keep those eyes closed. Inhale. And exhale. Deflate that balloon. We're going to do this 1 more time, but we're going to hold our breath at the top. So we're going to inflate the balloon. Inflate it all the way. Inhale. And hold your breath for 3, 2, 1. Deflate that balloon. Breathe it all the way out. Beautiful. Okay, so we want to keep those hands on the knees. Go ahead and open your eyes. Staying nice and tall. What we're going to do is we're going to just start making some circles with our spine. So from here, it's almost like the top of your head is a paintbrush, and you want to paint something beautiful, a nice beautiful circle on that ceiling. And we're just going to warm up the spine here. Very, very nice. Make those circles nice and big. Awesome. Come back to center, and then we're going to go the opposite direction. Make those circles on the ceiling nice and big. Pretend you're using your favorite color to make that circle nice and big. Beautiful. Very nice. Let's go all the way around 1 more time, and then come back to center. Awesome job. All right. Staying seated, we're going to bring our hands just outside of our hips. And then we're going to start making some rainbows with our arms. Make nice big rainbows and go side to side with each breath. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Very, very nice. Just opening up that side body a little bit. Making those rainbows nice and big, and they're very colorful and beautiful. Awesome. 1 more time on each side. And then we're going to come all the way back down to center. Nice job. Let's inhale the arms up overhead. And then exhale, wiggle those fingers all the way back down. 1 more time. Big inhale, inflate that balloon. And then exhale, wiggle the fingers all the way down. Very nice. All right. So from your seated position, we're going to come into what's called a tabletop position. So you want to pretend like you're a table and somebody's going to maybe have a tea party on your back. So the appropriate way is to have your hands or your wrists directly underneath your shoulders and your knees directly underneath your hips. So you want to keep your gaze forward, but if you need to look at me, that's okay. I'm going to try to talk you through as best I can. So from here, you're going to drop your belly button all the way down and open up your hips towards the back wall, and then look up towards where the wall and the ceiling meet, or up towards the sky. And we're going to be a cow for just a breath here. And then on your exhale, we're going to round your back like a Halloween cat and come into cat pose. So this pose is called cat and cow. You want to move nice and evenly with your breath here. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And if you want to, you can make the noises, moo. And then on your exhale, meow. Very nice. Let me see those Halloween cats one more time. Beautiful. Very nice. Okay, on your next inhale, we're going to turn our hands to the outer edges of our mat. Now, if you can, you want to turn your fingers all the way around so they're pointing directly at your knees. But if this is a little bit too much of a stretch, that's okay. You can just point them out towards the side of the mat. And then from here, we're going to lift one leg up, and we're just going to breathe. Inhale and exhale. This is called Southpaw Tiger. So if you want to, you can give me your best tiger roar. Roar. Beautiful. We're just going to move nice and slow, lifting up the opposite leg. Very nice. Keep your knees pointed down towards the mat and lift. Keep your spine elongated, looking straight ahead. We're going to do one more side each time. Beautiful. Such beautiful tigers out there. Awesome. Very, very nice. Love it. Okay. We're going to turn those fingers all the way around so they're pointing at the top of your mat. We're going to bring those knees nice and wide. Bring your big toes together. Push all the way back onto your heels, and then walk your hands forward, coming into child's pose. This is a resting pose, so if at any time today during our practice you need to come into a resting pose, please feel free to do so. Rest your forehead on the mat, and just take a couple of breaths here. Very, very nice. Push those hips back towards your heels. Reach out as far as you can. Crawl those fingertips forward and breathe. Lovely, lovely. Go ahead and crawl those hands back towards your feet, and then we're going to lay with our legs long and straight out in front of us. So from here, we're going to inhale the arms up, and then wiggle those fingers, come all the way down. Very nice. So our legs are going to be straight out in front of us, and then you almost want to kind of pull your flesh out from underneath you, just so you're right on your sit bones here. And then from here, we're going to sit up nice and tall. Again, that string is coming from the top of our head all the way to the ceiling. We're keeping our spine elongated here. And then what we're going to do here is we're just going to wiggle our toes. Awesome. Wiggle your toes. And then we're going to windshield wiper our feet back and forth. Awesome. You can make the noise if you want. And then we're just going to warm up the legs a little bit here. Shake them out. Get all those wiggles out. Wiggle your fingers too. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Make noise, lots of noise. You can even pat your legs. Make it like a thunderstorm. And then when you're ready, go ahead and relax. And then close your eyes. Take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale it out. Beautiful. All right. So let's go ahead and inhale the arms up overhead, and then wiggle those fingers as we reach for the toes. You can either hold on to your calves if that's what's available to you, or you can grab onto your big toes with your first two fingers and thumb. And you just want to relax here. Let your rib cage fall onto your thighs and just breathe. Close your eyes and look down towards your legs. Just quiet the mind a little bit here. You should feel this stretch down the back part of your legs. Very nice. Inhale, let's come back up. Very, very nice. Awesome job. All right, so after we are done with our seated pose, we're just gonna take our legs back and we're gonna come back into that tabletop position. Again, the wrists are directly underneath your shoulders and your knees are directly underneath your hips. We're gonna curl our toes under. We're gonna come into our first downward facing dog. So I'm just gonna demo it really quick and then you can do it as I walk you through it. And there's my downward dog. Speak of the devil. So curl your toes under, then we're gonna push our hips back behind us as we try to take our heels down towards the mat. And then from here you wanna straighten the arms and keep your back nice and flat. So it should look just like this. When you're in this down dog pose, I want you to start pedaling out your feet. Hi, Ginger. She must have heard us talking about downward dogs. Pedal out those feet, and then when you're ready, give that tail a little wiggle. And just warm up the back of those legs a little bit here. Very nice. Very nice down dogs. All right, from here, we're gonna kick that right leg up into the sky, and then on your next exhale, we're gonna swing it all the way through up in between your hands. Now we're gonna drop that back knee. If you need to, you can fold over your mat here, and we're just gonna come up into a lunge position. And from here, we're gonna balance a little bit. Bring your arms up above your shoulders and look up towards those fingers. Wiggle your fingers as you reach towards the sky, and then exhale, come back down. Very nice. And then we're gonna step that right foot back down to downward dog. Beautiful. On your next inhale, take that left leg up, step and swing it through. Drop your back knee. Again, you can stay here, but you want to keep your gaze forward. You can stay here, or if you want to, you can keep those arms up overhead. I know you can't see it, but I'm wiggling my fingers. Reach, reach, reach. And then exhale, bring your hands back outside of your left foot, and then step back into downward dog. Now let's just take a moment here. We're just gonna breathe a little bit. Quiet your mind, close your eyes, and hold downward dog for an entire full breath. Close your eyes, inhale, breathe. Inflate the balloon, and then exhale, deflate the balloon. Very nice. We're gonna walk our hands back to meet our feet, and then we're gonna take our feet, just heel toe them out towards the edge of your mat. And then from here, we're gonna come up to about a half standing forward bend. Try to keep your back flat. And then we're just gonna let our elephant trunks hang, and we're gonna swing back and forth. Just stretching out the body a little bit. If you wanna walk it around and make an elephant noise, go ahead and do so. And then come back to the back of your mat. Keep those feet nice and wide. And then we're gonna come all the way down onto the mat with our hands. Place our hands onto our mat, and then we're gonna walk them all the way out to the edge of our mat. So now we're in the top of a push-up position. And then you wanna bring your feet together, or if you need to, you can drop to your knees. And we're gonna lower all the way down. We're gonna get ready for Cobra Pose. So with Cobra Pose, you want to push the tops of your feet into your mat, roll your shoulders back as you bring just your chest up off of the mat. And then while you're here, hiss like a snake. So every time we come into this pose today, I want to hear you hiss just like a snake. Excellent. Lower all the way down. Curl your toes under. Come into push-up position. And then back into down dog. Again, wiggle that tail. Wiggle that tail. Get all those little wiggles out. And then again, walk your hands back to meet your feet. We're going to roll up nice and slow. Just be like a rag doll. And come all the way up. And stand up nice and tall. Now we're going to come into mountain pose. Mountain pose, you're going to bring the inner edges of your feet together. Roll your shoulders back a couple of times. And then pause here with your shoulders, both shoulder blades together on your spine. And then we're going to bring the palms of your hands and face them forward. Beautiful. Now from here, what I'd like for you to do is close your eyes. Think about that balloon that's in your belly. And you're just inhaling and exhaling normally. We're not going to inflate it all the way. Keep your eyes closed. And then from here, what I want you to do is turn the edges of your mouth upwards and let me see you smile. Because you're at the top of a mountain. It's beautiful up here, right? All right. Now from mountain pose, what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and go into some balancing poses. So first, we're going to do one of my favorite poses of all time, the wiggle pose. We're going to wiggle everything out. Get all of those wiggles out. Shake your legs, shake your arms. Beautiful, awesome. Okay, now come back into that mountain pose, and we're going to bring the inner edges of our feet together. Now, you can bring your hands onto your hips, and we're going to either put one foot up onto our calf, or we're going to take the heel of that foot and place it at the base of your inner thigh and point your toes downwards. You want to keep that leg that you're standing on nice and strong, and then bring your hands to heart center. Now if you fall, it's okay. You can find a balancing pose that works for you. So keep your core nice and tight. Again, don't forget about the balloon. You want to keep breathing. And then from here, you can grow your tree. Now I personally, I like saguaros, so I'm going to be a saguaro cactus. Awesome. Inhale, big inhale in. Exhale it out. We're going to stay here for one more breath. Inhale and exhale. Bring your hands back to heart center and then slowly release the leg that you're standing on. Awesome. Very good. Beautiful trees and cacti. Okay, we have to do it on the other side because we have to stay balanced, right? Beautiful. Here we go. So again, you can either put that leg here on your calf, and you want to keep your hips open towards the front of the room or the front of the patio, wherever you are. Or if you want to, bring the heel of your other foot to the base of your inner thigh, point your toes downwards, and keep that standing leg strong. You're a strong tree, you're a mighty tree, or a mighty cactus. Bring hands to heart center, and then whenever you are ready, you can grow your tree, or you can become a saguaro. I personally love saguaros, so I'm going to stay here. But again, the choice is yours. Don't forget about breathing. We never want to hold our breath in these poses. Inhale and exhale. Very nice. One more inhale and exhale. We're going to slowly bring our hands to heart center. Lower that foot all the way down. Come back into mountain pose. And then last of my favorite poses, wiggle pose, wiggle pose, wiggle it all out. Very nice. Awesome job, everybody. All right, when you're ready, we're going to come down to a comfortable seat. How's everybody feeling so far? Good? All right, perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take those legs straight out in front of us again. Again, pull your flesh back so you're just sitting on your sit bones. And we're going to flex our feet a little bit. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale the arms up overhead and then wiggle those fingers. We're going to stretch it out. stretch, reach for those toes again. Very, very nice. Awesome. We're going to just stay here and breathe, relax into the pose. Beautiful. Slowly roll up. And then from here, we're going to bring, just like we did in tree pose, we're going to bring the the bottom of our foot to the inner edge of that thigh again. We're going to sit up nice and tall, bring the arms up overhead, wiggle your fingers and reach for that opposite toe. Very nice. Just take a minute to breathe here. Again, you never want to hold your breath, always inflating and deflating that balloon that's in your belly. And it doesn't have to be all the way, just a little bit with your natural breath. Very, very nice. Slowly, slowly come up. And we're going to do it again on the other side. So bringing that bottom foot to the base of that inner thigh, and then we're going to reach the arms up overhead, wiggle your fingers, and come all the way down. If your calf is the only option that's available to you, that's totally fine too. The goal is to eventually get to our toes, right? But right now, this is all that's in our practice. That's totally okay. And inhale, come all the way up. We're going to swing our legs around onto the mat, and we're going to lay all the way back down. So this next pose is called bridge pose. We're going to be a nice big bridge. So you're going to bring your heels close to your glutes, and then we're going to keep our gaze straight ahead. From here, we're going to lift our hips up as high as they'll go. You're going to be a nice tall bridge so that people can pass under you. And then if it's available, you can interlace your hands underneath you, or if you want to, you can hold onto the edge of your mat. Push your hips up nice and tall, wiggle your toes, make sure you're pushing down through those heels, and then lower all the way back down, nice and slow. We're going to grab onto our knees. We're going to give our back a nice little massage. And we're just going to roll back and forth a little bit. Woo! Have a little fun with it. Very nice. Come all the way back down. And then we're going to place our heels close to our glutes one more time. We're going to do that bridge pose one more time. Inhale, lift it up. And then stay here for a couple of breaths. Remember, we're inflating and deflating that balloon that's in our belly. One more big inhale. Exhale. And then lower all the way back down. All right, let's give ourselves a nice little massage again. Roll it up and roll it back. Roll it up and roll it back. Very nice. All right, we're going to roll it all the way back nice and slow. And we're going to take our legs out nice and long. From here, we're going to reach our right leg all the way up into our, almost like you want to put your right knee into your armpit. And then you want to keep your left leg straight on the mat. Then inhale, take that right leg straight up, wiggle your toes. And then you want to keep your foot flexed, which means it's almost like you want to place it on the ceiling. And you want to pull that leg in towards you just a little bit. So you should feel a nice stretch down the back of those legs. Beautiful. And then exhale, slowly release it down. Inhale, bring that left knee up into your chest. Bring it up nice and high. And then we're going to slowly bring that leg straight. Again, keeping the foot flexed like you want to walk on that ceiling. Wiggle your toes. And then slowly pull it back towards you just a little bit. Sometimes my leg shakes when I do this, and it's totally okay. Just means you're getting that nice, good stretch that we talked about. And then exhale, release it all the way down. Very nice. Now we're going to move into our final pose, which is our resting pose, Shavasana. You're going to bring your legs long and your arms by your body. But first we're going to give ourselves one nice long stretch. At the end, we're going to reach our arms up overhead and then point your toes out. Give yourself a nice big full body stretch. And then exhale, bring the hands down by your side, palms facing up, and then relax your feet. Now from here, you're going to close your eyes. And I'd like for you to just turn your mind off and focus on your breath. Focus on inflating and deflating that balloon. We're going to lay here for about 30 seconds, starting now. Now I'd like for you to start wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. Shake your head side to side. And keep your eyes closed here. Bring your knees up, and then we're going to roll over onto our right side, or whatever side is more comfortable for you. Take a big deep breath here. And then we're going to use our arms to just push ourselves back up into a nice seated position, keeping your eyes closed, as we try to just keep our minds calm and focus on our breath. Again, sit up nice and tall with that spine. Bring your hands to heart center. You can slowly open your eyes. I'd like to thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. Have a good day, Girl Scouts. Bye.